Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astottara Sati Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the lotus feet, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Nasta Prayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 8, Dhruva Maharaj leaves home, text number 35. word for word. Dhruva uvacha so ayam samo bhagavata sukha dukkha hatamanam darshita kripaya pumsham dudarsho ashmat vidhais tu yaha. Dhruva uvacha so aham samo bhagavata sukha dukkha hata atmanam darshita kripaya pumsham drudasho ashmat videstu yaha. Dhruva uvacha soyam samo bhagavata sukha dukkha hata atmanam darshita kripaya pumsham dudasho ashmat videstu yaha. Dhruva uvacha so ayam samo bhagavata sukha dukkha hata atmanam darshita kripaya pumsham dudasho ashmat videstu yaha. Atmanam Vavacha. 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 Yam ama bhagavata sukha dukkha ahatatmana pumsham Vavacha Radhikam. Dhruva uvacha. Dhruva Maharaj said, Saha, that I am this samaha, equilibrium of mind. Bhagavata, by your Lordship. Sukha dukkha, happiness and distress. Hata atmanam, those who are affected. Darshitaha, shown. Kripaya, by mercy. Pumsham, of the people. Durdarshaha, very difficult to perceive. Ashmat vidher, by persons like us. To, but, yaha, whatever you have said. Translation. Dhruva Maharaj said, my dear Lord Narada ji, for a person whose heart is disturbed by the material conditions of happiness and distress, whatever you have so kindly explained for attainment of peace of mind is certainly very good instruction. But as far as I am concerned, I am covered by ignorance, and this kind of philosophy does not touch my heart. Please repeat. Dhruva Maharaj said, my dear Lord Narada ji, for a person whose heart is disturbed by the material conditions of happiness and distress, whatever you have so kindly explained for attainment of peace of mind is certainly very good instruction. But as far as I am concerned, I am covered by ignorance, and this kind of philosophy does not touch my heart. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. There are various classes of men. One class is called akarmis, referring to those who have no material desire. Desire must exist, either material or spiritual. Material desire arises when one wants to satisfy one's personal senses. One who is ready to sacrifice everything to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be said to have spiritual desire. Dhruva did not accept the instruction given by the great sage Narad because he thought himself unfit for such instruction, which prohibited all material desires. It is not a fact, however, that those who have material desires are prohibited from worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the essential instruction from the life of Dhruva. He frankly admitted that his heart was full of material desires. He was very much affected by the cruel words of his stepmother, whereas those who are spiritually advanced do not care about anyone's condemnation or adoration. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that persons who are actually advanced in spiritual life do not care for the dual behavior of this material world, but Dhruva Maharaj frankly admitted that he was not beyond the affliction of material distress and happiness. He was confident that the instructions given by Narada was valuable, yet he could not accept it. The question raised here is whether or not a person afflicted by material desires is fit to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The answer is that everyone is fit to worship Him. Even if one has many material desires to fulfill, he should take to Krishna consciousness and worship the Supreme Lord, Krishna, who is so merciful that He fulfills everyone's desires. Through this narration, it will become very clear that no one is barred from worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if one has many material desires. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurul Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sahagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tham Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Satadevi Pranamami Hari Priye. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschetta Deshatharini Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavbhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Translation. Dhruva Maharaj said, My dear Lord Naraji, for a person whose heart is disturbed by the material conditions of happiness and distress, whatever you have so kindly explained for attainment of peace of mind is certainly very good instruction. But as far as I am concerned, I am covered by ignorance, and this kind of philosophy does not touch my heart. Here we also see how advanced Dhruva was at this age, young boy. He could understand his position when he was given good instruction by Narad Muni. He could understand that the difference between material desire and spiritual desire. And we can see that he's telling Narad Muni that my heart is full of material desires. And therefore the instruction that you are giving me is like very difficult to follow. And he admits it's very good instruction as well. So we can understand this pastime of Dhruva Maharaj is so wonderful because we're not dealing with an ordinary little boy. Dhruva Maharaj, you could see, he could understand that his desire to see Lord Krishna or Vishnu was to attain a material benediction or something material. And he could understand from what Narad Muni was telling him, that Narad Muni was saying that you should actually have spiritual desires. So he could understand his heart was full of material desires. In the purport, Prabhupada writes, there are various classes of men One class is called akarmis, referring to those who have no material desire. Desire must exist, either material or spiritual. Material desire arises when one wants to satisfy one's personal senses. One who is ready to sacrifice everything to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be said to have spiritual desire. So we'll read a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam and help us to understand our karma and karma. It's from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 3, verse 10. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udharadhi trivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param. Translation: a person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of all material desire, without any material desire, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Whole, the Personality of Godhead. Also here in this purport, Prabhupada gives further clarity on akama and karma. Prabhupada writes, an akama is one who has no material desire. A living being naturally being part and parcel of the Supreme Whole, Purusham Purnam, has as his natural function to serve the Supreme Being, just as parts and parcels of the body or the limbs of the body are naturally meant to serve the complete body. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki jai, Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Gaur Hari ki jai, Tulsi Maharani ki jai, Guru Parampara ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhupada writes, desireless means, therefore, not to be inert like the stone, but to be conscious of one's actual position, and thus desire satisfaction only from the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada, he quotes from the writings of Srila Jiva Goswami in this purport, which is very nice. I'll just read that a little. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained this desirelessness as Bhajaniya Parama Purusha Shuka Matra Swa Shukatvam in his Sandarbha. This means that one should be happy only by experiencing the happiness of the Supreme Lord. This intuition of the living entity, of the living being, is sometimes manifest even during the conditioned stage of a living being in the material world. And such intuition is expressed in the manner of altruism, philanthropy, socialism, communism, etc., by the undeveloped minds of less intelligent persons. In the mundane field, such an outlook is doing good for others in the form of society, community, family, country, or humanity, is a partial manifestation of the same original feeling in which a pure living entity feels happiness by the happiness of the Supreme Lord. Such superb feelings are exhibited by the damsels of Rajabhumi for the happiness of the Lord. Prabhupada writes a very nice description. The gopis love the Lord without any return. And this is the perfect exhibition of akama spirit. The kama spirit, or the desire for one's own satisfaction, is fully exhibited in the material world, whereas the spirit of akama is fully exhibited in the spiritual world. Here we get a nice description of kama, which is our activities in the material world, and akama is fully exhibited in the spiritual world. And the example is given of the gopis, who simply wanted to please Krishna and serve Krishna without wanting anything in return. This is the position that we should simply serve the Lord without desiring anything for ourselves. And this is how we are trained. This is our training to enter into the spiritual world. So, how we can raise our consciousness about thinking how to please the Supreme Lord instead of trying to please ourselves. Prabhupada continues, thoughts of becoming one with the Lord. In this verse we read, also desiring liberation. A person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of material desire, without any material desire, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Prabhupada is writing, thoughts of becoming one with the Lord, or being merged in the Brahma Jyoti, can also be exhibitions of karma, of the karma spirit, if the desires are for one's own satisfaction, to be freed from material miseries. This is karma. Although it's a transcendental activity, those who, even the impersonalists, they're very austere. The sannyasis, they're very austere, but it is a material desire, because the desires are for one's own satisfaction, to be freed from material miseries. A pure devotee does not want liberation so that he may be relieved from the miseries of life. Even without so-called liberation, a pure devotee is aspirant for the satisfaction of the Lord. Influenced by the karma spirit, Arjuna declined to fight in the Kurukshetra battlefield because he wanted to save his relatives for his own satisfaction. Being a pure devotee, he agreed to fight on the instruction of the Lord, because he came to his senses and realized that satisfaction of the Lord at the cost of his own satisfaction was his prime duty. Thus he became akama. This is the perfect stage of a living being. So Prabhupada gives this nice example of Arjuna, who became soft-hearted and compassionate when he saw all his family members on either side ready to kill each other. And he put his bow and arrow down. And then he was giving so nice reasons why he should not fight. How can we enjoy the kingdom that's tainted with the blood of our relatives? If all the men die, who will protect the women? And as a result, a woman will be exploited, and there will be unwanted children. And if all the elders die in our community, there will be no one to guide the younger generation. So in this way, after hearing all these nice arguments from Arjuna, Lord Krishna indirectly calls him fool number one. And Krishna then instructs him on the science of the spirit soul. And then after hearing these instructions on the spirit soul from Lord Krishna, Arjuna surrenders. Now I am a soul surrendered unto you, and you please instruct me. So then Lord Krishna speaks Bhagavad Gita. And ultimately Lord Krishna encourages him to fight. So in this way, this is how Arjuna became from a state of karma or personal sense gratification to a state of akama, where now he is pleasing Lord Krishna. Now Prabhupada continues in the purport on today's verse. In Bhagavad Gita, the other main point in this verse, the question raised here is whether or not a person afflicted with material desires is fit to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The answer is that everyone is fit to worship the Supreme, to worship Him. Even if one has many material desires to fulfill, he should take to Krishna consciousness and worship the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is so merciful that He fulfills everyone's desires. Through this narration, it will become very clear that no one is barred from worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if one has many material desires. This is our position. Although even if we are in Krishna consciousness, these desires are there and they are material. And then as we progress, we have realizations. And through these realizations, we can transform our material desires into desires for pleasing Lord Krishna. Prabhupada, there's another nice example found in the Krishna book, chapter 88, the deliverance of Lord Shiva. And there's a nice pastime where once a great demon, Vrikasura, he desired a benediction. And while desiring or while contemplating how to get this benediction, he was thinking of whom to approach. The three presiding deities of this material world, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or Lord Shiva. And while he was thinking in this way, he happened to meet Narad Muni. So Narad Muni could understand the mind of Vrikasura because he was a very dangerous person, a great demon. And so Vrikasura, he understood the greatness of Narad Muni. So he approached Narad Muni and he asked of all the three deities, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, who can give the results of the austerities that one performs very quickly. So he wanted a benediction very, very quickly. And he was prepared to perform severe austerities. So he wanted to know of the three deities, who was most easily satisfied and who could award me the benediction that I'm looking for. So Narad Muni could understand the mind of Vrikasura, and and he knew that only Lord Shiva could help him, because Vrikasura was in the mode of ignorance, and therefore he could not stick to the worship of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Narad Muni, he encouraged Vrikasura to worship Lord Shiva. So immediately Vrikasura, he went to the holy place in the Himalayas, Kedarnath, where Lord Shiva is, and immediately he understood that in order to please the deity or the gods, one had to make offerings in the fire sacrifice. So he started a fire in the name of Lord Shiva, and he began to cut his own flesh and offer into the fire. So this went on for 6 days. And on the 7th day, he decided that now I'll cut off my head. So amazingly, he took his bath, because it's mentioned if one does like a sacrifice, like an animal sacrifice, the body must be wet. So immediately they first bathed the animal or whatever. So Vrikasura, he took his bath, and then he was about, on the 7th day, he was about to cut off his own head. So being compassionate upon his devotees, Lord Shiva immediately appeared from the fire. So he appeared not to give the benediction, but more to save his devotee from committing suicide. So in this way, Lord Shiva, he comes and he speaks to Vrikasura, his devotee, that no, you don't need to do this. You don't need to cut off your head. I'm here now. You can ask whatever benediction you want. So it's mentioned in Krishna book that here's another contrast between demons and devotees. A devotee is confident that whatever he offers to the deity in full devotional service is accepted by the Lord. But a demon wants to see the worshipable deity face to face, so that he can directly take benediction. A devotee does not worship Vishnu or Krishna for any benediction. Therefore, a devotee is akama, free of desire, and a non-devotee is called sarva karma, or desirous of everything. So here we see there's a very nice point, the contrast between demons and devotees. So as we are trying to become devotees, we are taking instructions, we are being trained in the process of bhakti yoga. How that, yes, Krishna appears in so many ways. He appears in the form of the deity in the temple, also the picture of Krishna on our little altars, wherever in our homes or in our rooms is also Krishna. So by our training, we know that Krishna will accept. We say the proper mantras and we do everything. We are trained that Krishna will accept this offering. We don't have to pray to Krishna personally to come and take the offering. And here we see that Vrikasura, he was performing all these austerities just to personally get the audience of Lord Shiva. And here Prabhupada is saying, this is the contrast between the demons and the devotees. A devotee is confident that whatever he offers to the deity in full devotional service is accepted by the Lord. But a demon wants to see the worshipful deity face to face, so that he can directly take the benediction. See, a devotee does not worship Vishnu or Lord Krishna for any benediction. Therefore, a devotee is karma free, akama, free of all desires. So this is a very nice example. And we know the pastime that further that this demon Vrikasura, he asked for the benediction that he was so demonic that whoever he would touch with his hand on the head, that person's head will crack and he would die. So when he got this benediction from Lord Shiva, he thought, let me try it on Lord Shiva. And so Lord Shiva was in anxiety. He knew, okay, his life was in danger. So he began to run all over the material creation. And eventually he comes to Svetadweep, and then he meets Lord Vishnu in the form of a Brahmana boy. And this little Brahmana boy, he saves Lord Shiva by telling Vrikasura that no one actually trusts Lord Shiva. You can see with whom he's associated, with the ghosts and spirits. He's living in the graveyard. He's got ashes all over his body. So no one takes him seriously. And you will see that that this benediction is not actually true. And you can try it by touching your hand on your head, and you will see that. So this, after speaking to Lord Vishnu in the form of a Brahmana boy, this demon Vrikasura, he forgot about the benediction and he put his hand on his own head and he was killed. So this story, this pastime of Lord Shiva being saved by Lord Krishna is also a nice example of akama and kama. So devotional service, Prabhupada is saying, is something we should all try to become perfect in. And then we can reach that stage of our karma, or simply desiring to satisfy Lord Krishna or Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Stop there and take your comments or questions.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So I was just thinking of attachments. Devotees do have material attachments, but having material attachments is not bad. It's not good either, but it's not that. As long as one don't maintain those material attachments, it's not. He's not acting on his desire. So from time to time, people will have material attachments. As long as they don't maintain it, it's okay. I mean, they kind of don't act on it. It's okay. They're sort of making that comment. I think so. The pastime of Lord Shiva is very nice, actually. There's lots of points you brought about there. And the verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.10 is also very good. Thank you for that.
Any other comments? Okay. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.